Drizzy Drake just dropped his diss track, Push Ups. It leaked, allegedly. We are going to be going through line by line, pulling out all of the disses, all of the things that's going on. Producer Riley, let's pull it up and break it down. All right. Let's look at the first two lines right here. So, I can never be nobody's number one fan. Your first number one, I had to put it in your hand. So right here, Drake is talking about Future. So quick catch up for everyone. Future dropped basically 2 diss albums. Yep. Allegedly, it's like a 3 like a love triangle where it was like there was a girl that Drake and Future both were with, something like that. Maybe Metro too. Maybe there was another woman. And then that kind of like boiled up. They started dropping like a bunch of subs across the 2 albums that Future and Metro just released. And now the beef is kind of just like taking a life of its own. So that's where all of this came from. It was Kendrick's Like That verse that really sparked this. So reading the Genius annotation, Drake responds to Future, who seemed to go after Drake on We Don't Trust You, the title track of the Future's 2024 collab album with Metro Boomin, where he rapped, you're a number one fan, dog. Sneak diss and I don't understand, dog. Pillow talking, acting like a fed dog. I don't need another fake friend, dog. Can't be about a hoe because we sharing, dog. In your feelings, why you playing, dog? All right. And then Drake claps back, insisting that he was the one who granted Future his first number one charting song, which is true. Drake's Way Too Sexy from his 2021 project, Certified Lover Boy, was the first song featuring Future to top the Billboard 100. So Drake did give Future his first number one. This also invokes Drake's reputation as one of the most commercially influential featured artists in the popular music industry, as he helped elevate 33 artists to their highest charting position in the 2010s and given 6 artists their first song to chart number one. In the same vein, Drake later insists that he was the sole reason Rick Ross charted in the prime of his career. So basically, to that, like, Future saying like, yo, Drake, you're my number one fan. He's like, I'm not anybody's fan, but I gave you your number one. Pretty good start.
Yeah.
Pretty good start. Let's hop into the next line. All right, we're going to censor this slightly so YouTube doesn't take it down. You can't be booked outside of America for Nan. I'm out in Tokyo because I'm big in Japan. I'm the hit maker y'all depend on. Backstage in my city, it was friend zone. So reading the annotation, Drake claims the people that are against him are only known in America while he is global, with his name reaching to Japan. At one point in time of the song, Drake had 77 top 10 songs and 16 top 10 albums, with 13 being number one songs and 13 being number one albums on the Billboard Hot 100 and Billboard 200 charts. Jesus Christ. On the original demo of the song, there's a slight change in it. I'm the hitmaker y'all depend on, tough on record in my city. It was friend zone. Drake says that people rely on him, and without him, many other artists would not be getting the same level of attention or streams that they're getting now. However, Drake states that behind closed doors, some people who throw shots at him are friendly despite the beef that they portray in public. Basically, this means everyone is buddy-buddy with Drake when they need a feature, when they need to go number one in chart. But then behind closed doors, everyone is saying all this stuff, which, like, I don't know if it's really hard to say this is true and what isn't.
Yeah.
Like, does everyone really do a collab with him? Like Rick Ross. Rick Ross and Drake have been making music for coming up on like probably 12, 13 years, making hits together. Was Ross like, and like consistently, it wasn't like Drake and Kendrick where their last collab was like 2011 or whatever. Something like that. Like they probably the last song that Drake and Ross dropped was like a year ago. So like,
okay.
Are we really saying that they've not been friends this whole time? To me, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. You know what I mean?
It's dicey.
That'd be like John and producer Riley. They record together, but they're not hanging out at each other's houses, watching movies, throwing axes and freaking hanging.
Yeah.
That they're not freaking boys. We are. You know what I mean? Like it kind of feels like the same thing to me a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't
sure.
I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that there's this all could be one big conspiracy where they're just hyping up each other?
Yeah, I'm on that track that they're just hopping up each other because, I mean, like, for the past few years, hip-hop, there's not been any good songs. Everything's been kind of dead. It's been kind of, until 2023 pulls around, I think things have been heating up. I don't know. That's a hard one to throw because Rick Ross and Drake have been so close for so long.
Were they really not friends the whole time? And
Yeah.
Future.
And Future.
Like, they went on a whole tour together. Like, can you really? People do work with people that they hate and later come out with and say it, but I don't know. Maybe this is all just like super recent, which that's what it seems to be. But
recent beef.
I guess so. Maybe it was like things that stuff. Maybe everyone just like shut their mouth. This is also the classic case of like if you're number one with Drake is like. If we're talking like numbers, sales, everything for the past like 15 years, that is Drake, right?
Yeah.
He's been the most relevant artist, the number one most relevant artist in hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
So this could be just like when you're number one, people there's nowhere to go but down, and people want to vie for the top spot for you. That's what we saw with like Meek Mill and Drake. Like that's where a lot of this stuff has stemmed from. But
I could see like a lot of artists just like hopping on songs with him just to be number one, and I never really thought of that until now, and it makes sense.
Yeah,
looking at the numbers. And
if you get a Drake feature, like if you go on any artist Spotify, like Meek Mill right now, his two most top streamed songs are Drake songs.
Yeah, Rico
and Amen, I think. Something like that. We're going all feelings, no facts right now, ladies and gentlemen.
I know Rico's one of them.
That's
a fact.
Yeah, Rico goes hard. All right, let's hop into the next line. Let us know what you guys think in the comments if this is real or not. All right, so you won't ever take no chain off us. How the fuck you big stepping with a size 7 men's on? So this is talking about Kendrick. How is Kendrick gonna snatch the chain when he's wearing a size 7? So this is I'll read the Genius annotation real quick. Drake directly responds to Kendrick Lamar, who threatened to snatch his chain on Like That from We Don't Trust You by Future Metro Boomin when he rapped, "Got 2 T's with me. I'm snatching chains and burning tattoos. It's up." Drake makes a punchline out of Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, the title on Lamar's 2022 release that he slanders later on. Drake jokes that Lamar can't be a big stepper with such a presumably small shoe size due to his short height of 5'5". This is similar to how J. Cole attacked Kendrick on 7 Minute Drill, and now retracted diss track, wherein he used Kendrick's short stature to demean him. Got bro stretched if you feel like I disrespected him. Disrespect. Your arms might be too short to box with a god. So this is basically saying that Kendrick is super short, which he's a short dude. He's a short dude.
Yeah.
And the big stepper line of playing with the last album, directly saying to, because he's like, I'm snatching chains and burning tattoos. He's like, you're not going to snatch my chain off me. How are you a big stepper like your last album said? You got a size 7 shoe on. That's a good bar. So I forget the person whose name it was, but I saw a great post on TikTok where someone's like, the best diss tracks take facts. So Kendrick is a short dude, right? His last album was Big Steppers. He said he's going to snatch a chain off. These are all facts. Whereas like literally textbook, like Kendrick is a short dude. That's like not even dissing. By the way, Kendrick's my number one.
Look at the picture.
Yeah,
there's Drake. There's Kendrick.
Kendrick is short dude. That's what he's saying. But on 7 Minute Drill by J. Cole was like, "Oh, everyone hated your last album. It was so over. To Pimp a Butterfly was so overhyped. That wasn't great." That's opinions, right? Like if you say this piece of music is bad, it's literally objective because a fact is like your last album was titled Mr. Around the Big Steppers. That is literally a textbook fact. So I think what Drake is doing and what is good is he's finding the facts and then making clever things around that.
Yeah.
Like for instance, Charlemagne actually was like, here's what would have been a better angle. So Kendrick's last album it was kind of like a narrative of like him going to this therapist over and over. J. Cole should have been like, haven't seen your therapist lately, huh? You seem real bothered. I think you need to go back to that therapist because something's wrong. That therapy, that would have been a better angle.
Yeah.
Than like everyone hates your music whenever it's like, bro, like not only do we not hate his music, you don't hate his music.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying, but let's get into the next line.
Oh, this one's good. This one's good. I have
You
some
like this
opinions on this one.
This the bark with the bite. What's up? You like that one?
I like that one.
Yes.
I like that one. I mean, it come on, for all my dogs.
For all the dogs.
For all the dogs.
So let's get into the genius annotation. The phrase "all bark no bite" is synonymous with cowardice and inaction. Drake makes it clear he's ready for the conflict. This is likely a response to Kendrick Lamar's verse on Metro Boomin and Future's "Like That." Okay, let's get it up. It's time for me to prove that he's a problem. It's also likely a play on Drake's 2023 studio album "For All the Dogs," an album that Kenny subtly referenced multiple times. Say it's a lot of goofies with a check. Fuck sneak diss and first person shooter. I'm coming with 3 switches. For all your dogs getting buried. That's a K with all these 9s. He gonna see Pet Cemetery. So basically, yeah, for all the dogs, Drake is like, cause also I feel like Kendrick's verse was more you walk in the club and you shoot at the roof. That was my like, okay, I'm shooting the shots. I'm not fully doing the kill shot yet. I'm like hitting the ceiling and letting you know it's on. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And so to me, what this genius annotation didn't say was that Kendrick's verse was the bark, but he's coming with the bite. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this track, I'm coming direct with this one, which Kendrick was pretty direct too. But I feel like it wasn't the full package. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because the full package is your own direct diss song, which is what this is. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Let's hit the next line. I know my picture on the wall when they cook up. I won't read the whole genius annotation on this one, but like, I think this is like. Oh wait, let me take a peek. On the first collaboration album, We Don't Trust You, Future seeming to Drake's, also featuring Like That. Metro and Future on their second collab dropped 3 weeks later. Overall, Drake is claiming that Metro cook up these albums. They're focused on dissing Drake and trashing his reputation. Yeah, basically, like, it's like you guys, honestly, like the whole focus is on Drake.
Yeah,
it's almost like, bro, why don't you talk about yourself? Why don't you talk about whatever? Why are you so focused on me? You're out here making your album, yet it's all about me.
I thought it was like when y'all in the studio, they got the pictures of the greats on the wall. I'm on the wall. So like
that too.
You can't escape me.
That too. That's like the more 100%. I 100% agree. Let's hit the next line. Extortion baby, this is cooking. Extortion baby, whole career you've been shook up cuz Top told you drop and give me 50 like some push-ups, huh? So, the genius annotation, drop and give me 50 is used as a double entendre. In one case, Drake implies that at least 50% of profits from Kendrick's music goes to Anthony Tiffith, the CEO of his former label, Top Dog Entertainment, and therefore has been legally extorted through his music. So basically, like, yo, Top, who is the founder of TDE, is like, give me those songs, give me that money. Like, I'm gonna put you in this deal. You give me get to work. Get to work, Kendrick.
Because that also goes upon like Kendrick not putting out a lot of albums. And that's true. Beautiful.
That's honestly, I wasn't even clicking that, but you're absolutely right. He's like, yo, where's my money? IE dropped this first when I tell you, and you give me 50% of the publishing. That's 50% of some of the revenue streams of the music. In the other case, it can also be a phrase that's used to instruct someone to drop and do 50 push-ups. This can be a reference to Kendrick's IG post of himself doing push-ups on his Instagram burner, Jojo Ruski, in July of 2023. And to top it off, Drake says, huh, ad-lib, which sounds an awful lot like Kendrick's from his track Silent Hill on Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Yeah. Once again, like, what I'll give this diss track is we got something baked into every bar. Mm-hmm. That's what I at least so far.
It's coming in hot.
It's coming in hot. Let's hit the next hot line. All right. You last one bricked up. You're really not on shit. They make excuses for you because they hate to see me lit. Drake goes after Kendrick Lamar's album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, stating that it did not do well in the long run. At the time of this song's release, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers was Kendrick's latest album and was met with mixed feedback with people as they felt the album was not good as his previous work. Before apologizing to Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole attacked Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers on 7 Minute Drill. Your last shit was tragic. That was a line from the song. This caused a high amount of controversy on social media with a high amount of mixed opinions on the album according to the numbers. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers is Kendrick Lamar's shortest charting album on the Billboard 200, only being on the charts for 70 weeks before departing. So real quick, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, absolute masterpiece. Still, as of today, Kendrick Lamar is my favorite rapper, is my top rapper, maybe of all time, but definitely of like, I would say like the 2010s on, of like that class. I don't know if this beef would really have to go crazy for me to pick. I don't know that I could ever pick Drake over Kendrick because these are a few diss tracks, but then there's a whole catalogs, the whole catalogs. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers is absolutely a masterpiece. It's going to age. Just let's talk about it in 10 years. Mr. Morale is going to age incredibly well. That's Kendrick makes legacy music. Like that's how it is. And Drake runs the charts. Drake drops constantly. He has been, for the volume he's putting out, the quality and consistency is insanely high.
Yeah.
Is insanely high. So yeah, your last one you bricked up, you're really not on shit. They'll make excuses for you because they hate to see me lit. So basically, Drake's talking about me in this verse because I'm gonna make excuses for Kendrick, not dropping music because I'm like his catalog is so immaculate that he doesn't need to. But Drake's like, I'm out here popping. Your stuff, you drop it, it's weak. I drop my album. It's the biggest hip hop album of 2023, which I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was. And then but also like I don't think For All the Dogs was anywhere close to all of the records and stuff that his other work did. However, like compared to it's like Drake competing against Drake. Yeah. Like, yeah, it's not as big as a lot of my stuff here isn't as big as my other work. However, compared to everyone else that's dropping in 2022 or 2023, 2022 is when Mr. Morale dropped. I'm still beating that. Almost certainly. I don't know the exact numbers, but I'm sure it probably has more chart time and more like charting stuff than Kendrick probably. All right, next line, pull your contract because we got to see the split. The way you do in splits, bitch, your pants might rip. In 2022, it was rumored Drake signed to Universal Music for $500 million, whilst also being able to keep all of his masters. That's a crazy deal. We should talk about that at some point on a dedicated video. Drake has seemingly confirmed his record deal on major distribution at $500 million just for Aubrey. I mean, that's got to be the biggest music deal of all time because your masters are where a lot of the money comes from. They might get splits on like concerts and merch and everything, which probably now might make more money than his masters. But keeping the revenue from your music and getting paid $500 million,
shoo,
that's ridiculous. Drake states that other artists do not have the same freedom and privileges, making him curious to see their contract and see what the splits are. As multiple artists have been joining in the dissing, leading to an increase in their attention and streams, Drake is seemingly hinting that they are doing more to make money so they could pay back their labels. Yeah, basically he's like, yo, you gotta pay back. Now, to be clear, let me look at this real quick. I think Kendrick's last album was on his own label, PG Lang. He now has his own label that he's like pushing and really going for. Let me see. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. I'm checking on Spotify. Nope. Top Dog, Interscope, and Aftermath. Okay. So Kendrick is still releasing his own music through his label. And PG Lang is in there too. So they probably have like kind of like a partnership where it's like PG Lang probably represents Kendrick, but PG Lang is also under Top Dog and that kind of thing. Whereas Drake, I believe now releases everything through OVO, not through Young Money, Cash Money.
Okay, gotcha.
Which is where, let's see, For All the Dogs, OVO with a license to Republic under UMG. So he was through UMG the whole time. Universal Music Group Drake was, but now instead of being under Young Money, he's under OVO, which is also where his other artists are signed under. Kendrick is not releasing his music under his own label. He's having to release it still through Top Dog.
Ooh.
So you can see with the business, it's like if we, all right, you know, like let's say like we started with Spotify, okay, and then we got so big we kind of like got our own deal, and now we're releasing under our own, and our other podcasts under us are releasing, versus everything being under Spotify. You know what I mean? It's like Spotify or whatever thing, they still got their hands in your business.
Yeah.
You know, meanwhile Drake is like, I got my own music under my own label and my own artists under my own label. So I like that.
Wow.
I like that. I like that as a diss. All right, let's hop into the next line. You better do that motherfucking show inside the biddy. Maroon 5 need a verse. You better make it witty. Then we need a verse for the Swifties. Top say drop. You better drop and give him 50. This is probably the hardest line so far. All right. So he's like, we got to get the Maroon 5 verse. We got to get the Swiftie verse. You got to make this money back. He's really going hard on the like, which is smart. Because what does Drake have in this beef? Drake has the numbers.
Yeah.
The money. Right? He's like, I am the number one sales popularity artist. Mm-hmm. So he's leaning into that and poking fun at him through that. So this is like, hey, you got it. You to go do another Maroon verse, go do another Swiftie verse to try to get your money up to even come close to me. Right?
Oh.
That's ridiculous. That's absolutely insane. I'm gonna let's skim through the Genius annotation. Drake clowns Kendrick for catering to the mainstream by making references to his features on Bad Blood remix with his Taylor Swift and Don't Wanna Know with Maroon 5. This one actually, so he's like poking fun of him for this mainstream stuff, but Drake is the mainstream rapper.
Yeah.
So that one's, you could kind of poke a hole on that where it's like, I mean,
the way that I look at this though,
yeah,
is like, okay, Kendrick, you're a rap artist, but you have to do some side projects to
yeah,
like,
you got to freelance on the side just to finance it ride.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm getting from this.
That's a bar.
I mean, does Drake write lines for other people?
He does.
Okay.
Yeah. But well, so not like this. So this is basically saying like you need to hop on Maroon 5 to get like a big smash and catch a check. Me, I just write a song for myself.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
Okay.
That's what he's saying. So he writes for other people, like whatever, but in this specific context of like giving a verse to someone, that's what he's saying here. So again, this is just still going on, like you need money. Let's hit this part in the Genius annotation real quick. Exemplifying this, Drake suggests Kendrick's label would force him to perform in the biddy or cities with a high population of Blood Gang members, despite Kendrick's documented indifference to the gang affiliations that pervaded his youth. This jab applies to Future as well, as he collaborated with Swift on Endgame. Oh, and Maroon 5 on Cold. Oh, that's cool. Future also did the same thing, so it's kind of like, yo, guys, why you gotta go outsource your verses, you know? Oh, man. Drake praised Swift's status in the music industry a while back on Red Button and his 2023 For All the Dogs Scary Hours edition when he rapped, Taylor Swift, the only person that I ever really rated, only one that could make me drop an album just a little later. So basically, like if Taylor Swift is the only one I'll move my album for.
Wow.
I respect that, which is so funny. That's just funny, bro. That's just funny. Ironically, Drake and Swift featured on a Apple commercial, and Drake mouthed the lyrics to Bad Blood.
Dude,
yeah, I mean, yeah.
This is insane that, and I think having Taylor on this and like being like, hey, the only person I will like even put
go toe to toe
is a pop artist.
Yeah,
and it's Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
none of you guys.
Like that's like it's such a disrespect because it's like yo, this little white country girl, like, I'll respect her, but all you guys are below this little pop little white country girl. Like, all you guys are below. Yeah. All you guys are below. That's pretty amazing. Let's get into the next line. Pipsqueak, pipe down. You ain't no big three. SZA got you wiped down. SZA's also signed to his label, signed to TDE. Travis got you wiped down. Savage got you wiped down. Like your label boy, you in the scope right now, and you gonna feel the aftermath of what I write down. Let's break it down. Okay, Pipsqueak, pipe down. Again, Kendrick short. That's what he's saying. You ain't no big three. You know, Kendrick, J. Cole, all the tops of the goats. SZA got you wiped down. Which let me go in this Genius Annotation. I think wipe down, that might be like sliming you out. Got you wiped out, slang for destroying your enemies. Throughout the 2020s, Kendrick's biggest album, Mr. Morale, has been surpassing an album equivalent units. Yeah, right. Okay, so Mr. Morale sold 295,000. You see that point in the Genius 2, right? Yeah. SZA's SOS did 365,000. Travis Scott Utopia did 496,000, and then Her Loss with Drake and 21 did 404,000. So basically, like, that's a lot more. That's that's a lot more. And you know, it'd be crazy. Like what? Right now, NFR was saying this. NFR podcast, shout out to them. This is kind of like almost like Civil War or Infinity Wars, and Drake is Thanos right now with everyone coming after, like everyone teaming up to come after him. It would be crazy if Travis and 21. Where's 21 been in this? 21 has collaborated. 21's breakout album was produced by Metro Boomin. He probably has, under Drake features, probably his most featured or one of his most featured artist collabs is Future.
Yeah.
You cannot have a conversation about 21's career without Future and Metro Boomin. Where's 21? Which side is he going to pick? Is he going to pick a side?
Dude.
That's tough, right?
That is so tough. Because, like, 21, if you see 21 featured on the song, you know what's about to happen.
You know what's about to
happen. Well, bro, but he can't be quiet. Because if you're quiet, you're picking a side being quiet.
That's true, but honestly, if he doesn't want to get involved, like, no one's talking about him right now.
No one's
except for us.
Except for us. But the
like
only way to stay quiet is to stop making songs. Because the second he's featured on some artist, because every artist so far has picked a side.
Yep.
Then it's going to be like,
they're going to be dissecting it, even if it's not related to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that if he's been quiet so far, the people who have spoken up, like A$AP, Rick Ross, like people we weren't even expecting to be in this, right?
I'm still curious why Rick Ross even said anything.
Again, me too, I'm confused, but maybe there was some underlying something throughout this whole time or recently or what. They've just collaborated so much together that it's just kind of
whack,
hard to imagine. And like at least Future was like, oh, there was like the woman, like there was some kind of like reason there.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's really hard to say. Let's take a look at the these next lines. So, like your label boy, you in the scope now, fucking genius, and you gonna feel the aftermath of what I write down. So Kendrick is signed to, so it's Top Dog, right? That's like the main direct label that he interacts with, but it's through the bigger labels are Interscope and Aftermath, which is Dr. Dre's label. So it's kind of like, again, like a lot of times you have these like distribution deals and like partnerships and stuff. So it's he's signed to Top Dog, who partners with distribution through Interscope and Aftermath. Because every one of like all of those guys were involved in Drake and Kendrick signing and distribution and whatnot. So like your label boy, you in the scope, Interscope now. He's in the scope. He's in the crosshairs. He's catching the shot, and you gonna feel the aftermath of what I write down. Again, talking about Yeah, let's read this. Continuing from his previous label reference, Drake plays on Kendrick being signed to Dr. Dre's Aftermath, stating that Kendrick will deal with the consequences of his pen. Yeah, that's super clever. Super clever. Again, we got great references in every single line.
Yeah.
This is going hard. Let's hit the next one. I'm at the top of the mountain, so you tight now. Just have to talk with your ass. I had to hike down. Bro, that's funny. That's funny. Yo, I'm at the top. Hold on, I gotta dish you. Hold on. All right, now I can talk to you because you're way down here. I gotta climb down to your level, bro.
And that's a height thing too,
bro. And it's a height thing, dude. Yeah, look at the Genius annotation and the. It's Kendrick with his wife.
Oh my god.
Being short of his wife. That's crazy. Bro, whoever added that annotation, you're crazy for that. That's too wild. That's too
Kendrick's
wild.
gonna come for you next.
Dude, yeah, right. By the way, I think so again, I think the like that verse was with Kendrick was the warning shot. He wanted Drake to drop. Look. No way. Drake is genius with the pen. Genius like chess moves. He has good like sometimes like when an artist gets too like artsy, if that makes sense. It's like it kind of goes over people's heads and it's too much. Drake is really good at like being directed like that reference, like, oh, I'm at the top of the mountain, I had to hike down. You hear that, you instantly get it, even if you don't know any of this. Yeah. Right? You're like, oh, Drake, he's at the top. He considers him out the top. You talk down, you talk to him. Kendrick could get him. Kendrick is on Pusha T level.
I feel that because Drake is talking in like 5th grade, 8th grade reading level.
Yes.
While like Kendrick, scholarly, he got his PhD in all this stuff.
Exactly. Now, sometimes those, the simple thing hits the hardest. Yeah. Right? But when you're at a PhD level, you can do the 5th grade and you can scale up and down, right? Now, not even saying that Drake doesn't have that capability, but that's not his style. That's not what he chooses to do.
Yeah.
So
not his brand, I would say.
He's not his brand, and he doesn't do that.
No.
So
I think he is capable of.
Say again?
I think he's capable of being at that like master PhD, but everyone's gonna be like, why are you talking like this, dude? You okay?
It's his choice. Like he's like, this is my brand. This is how I rock in my life, right?
And if he did,
he plays to his strengths.
He plays to his strengths, and if he did, then I feel like that gives Kendrick even more power because like now you're trying to be like me.
Exactly, 100%.
Yeah.
Let's hop into this next line. Big difference between Mike then and Mike now. What the fuck is this? 20v1. What's a prince to a king? He's a son. All right, so let's go line for line there. The Genius annotation with first-person shooter, Drake tied Michael Jackson's record as the male solo artist with the most number ones on the Billboard Top 100. In the same song, Drake compares himself to Michael Jackson with the following lyrics: "Y'all are talking about when this gonna be repeated. What the fuck, bro? I'm one away from Michael. Man, beat it. What? Okay." So he's saying like, I'm number one. When people are gonna be which is so funny because he predicted it. Y'all are talking about when this is gonna be repeated, like when this line is gonna be talked about. I don't know if he even intended for that to be the meaning of the lyric, but like when y'all are repeating and talking about this lyric here, beat it because I'm one away from Michael. I'm one hit away from Michael, which I think, with first-person shooter, Drake tied. Wow, wait. So before the song, I think this is what it's saying. This is crazy. Yeah. Before the song, he was one Billboard number one away from being tied with Michael Jackson. So he wrote this before he was tied, saying like, oh, I'm one away. And then on the song, he said, I'm one away. He hit the record.
That's huge. He had to know.
But that's
he had to know it was gonna be a bar. He knew it was gonna happen.
That's some manifesting level shit right there. That is crazy.
What song did he say it on? First person
shooter. Because it was with Cole.
He knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah, because it's like Drake and Cole on a song like that's gonna be a moment in hip hop. Which it absolutely was. Like just any song with Drake and Cole like before this collab happened, it's like, Again, the big three.
Mm-hmm. And he made a music video out of it. He knew it was gonna go crazy.
I mean, it literally makes you take the top two people in anything and they do something together, it's going to be huge, especially when they haven't collaborated for like literally 10 years.
Yeah.
I think was their last collab together, and that was like a Lucy.
Also,
Jodeci Freestyle.
A fun or like something interesting here. He's like, it's a big difference between Mike then and Mike now.
Yeah.
There was a lot of great Mikes. He did mention Michael Jackson. Right here, the genius thing says Mike Tyson. Also, you know who the big thing right now with Michael Jordan and LeBron? I feel like it's a movement of like, yeah, there's a lot of great Mikes back then, but it's a different generation now.
Mm-hmm.
We got
it's a whole new level.
New times.
It's a whole new time, and like you can't compare it.
Can't even compare it. Yeah.
Can't even compare it. Well, but the next line's, what the fuck is this? A 20v1, which is just like literally so many people are coming at him. Okay, and then so in this in the Drake and the Genius annotation, after push-ups leaked April 13, 2024, Drake posted an Instagram story of the iconic scene from the 2003 Kill Bill where character Beatrix Kiddo, played by Uma Thurman, fends off an army of 88 men on her own, an apparent reference to 20v1. So this is basically like, again, this is Thanos versus everybody.
Yep.
Right? Drake is like, I am, which is true. He is by numbers the number one artist. Everyone is coming for him. And then the next line, what's a prince to a king? He's a son. I'm going to read this. Drake references Kendrick Lamar's prior comparisons to two megastars being Michael Jackson and Prince. Drake had previously compared himself to Michael Jackson, a first-person shooter, when he said raps, what the fuck, bro? I'm 1-on-1 from Michael. Beat it, beat it. In a similar fashion, Kendrick likened himself to Prince on Mask Off. She broke down when Prince died. Bitch, my hair down. Prince lived through me. I forgot about that.
Ooh.
Drake then acknowledged Kendrick Lamar bar on Future and Metro Boomin's track Like That just 3 weeks prior when Kendrick rapped, your best work is light pack. Prince outlived Mike Jack. You're a bum. So basically saying like, I'm Prince. You're if I'm Prince and I'm gonna outlive you. Like I'm greater than you basically. And then Drake claps back at this comment by referring himself as the King. Michael's nickname, the King of Pop, and Kendrick as a prince, basically, dude. Prince to a king, bro. That is genius level, because it's like Prince to Michael's nickname, the King, and you're a son because a prince is a son to, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. On to the next line. Got more love in the city that you're from. Metro, shut your hoe ass up and make some drums. That is honestly the Prince to a King is maybe my favorite, and then shut your hoe ass up and make some drums. That might be my favorite because that's just so hilarious. My God. Yeah, I'm the sixth god. I'm the front runner. Your manager was Chubbs' little blunt runner. Let's see what this is. Okay, so this is a shot at the Weeknd's manager, Cash XO. Drake is saying that Cash was a blunt runner for the head of Drake Security, Chubbs. But Chubbs is like Drake's like maybe most referenced guy in all of Drake's tracks. A blunt runner is someone who's like an assistant for getting weed and stuff. Yeah, 100%. So I didn't know that. So I guess back in the day, before Cash was the Weeknd's manager, he was getting fucking weed for Chubbs and Drake's crew. Yeah, just like, yo, give me a drink.
Dang.
That's different. Next line, claim to 6 and you boys ain't even come from it. Drake is likely referring to Iranian-born Amir Ismailian or Lebanon-born Wasim Salabi, who are the co-managers of The Weeknd, despite claiming the city of Toronto, operating within it and signing Canadian artists. Drake himself, as the professed sixth god, implies that the entire EXO team has no influence or hold in the city of Toronto. Interesting. That's pretty good. Like Drake I would argue that Drake made Toronto what it is as far as like its presence in the game. And then now they're like, oh, now because I made it cool, you're trying to claim it, but you're not really about that. And when you boys got rich, you had to run from it. Cash blowing, able bread, out here tricking. Shit we do for bitches, he's doing for dudes. Drake goes over Cash Show and The Weeknd's manager stating that giving out high amounts of The Weeknd's money to men in the form of tricking, which describes when rich people fly women out for extravagant gifts in exchange for sex. Yeah, so it sounds like, I mean, is he basically saying, like, you're taking The Weeknd's money and Cash blowing, able bread, out here tricking, Shit we do for okay, so maybe I think he's kind of like being a little like tongue in cheek and exaggerating, but like you're flying all these dudes out with your money. Maybe not like sexually, like male escort type stuff, but maybe just in general. I don't know if they're artists or whatever, but maybe he's implying that, or maybe that's exactly what he's saying. Actually, the next line, that's probably exactly what it's saying. Jets, whips, chains, wicked, wicked, wicked. Oh man, and wicked, wicked, wicked. That's stuff that that's a reference to Future's 2016 song "Wicked."
In the next line,
spent it like you trying to f boy, like you trying to fuck. You tripping, boy. You tripping.
Yeah.
Drizzy Chippendale probably got your bitch Chanel. I just get him done, boy. Just make sure, don't make me have to chip a nail. That's pretty cold. That's pretty cold. Wow. Let's keep rolling. Rolling Loud stage. Rolling Loud stage. Y'all were turnt. That was slick as hell. Shit'll probably change if your baby mama starts to kiss and tell. Drake referring to the preview that Metro and Future did at Rolling Loud of their track Like That. Did they preview that?
Yeah.
I was there, like not great performance by the two of them, but I guess they played it, but it was
because I think I saw a clip on it. I think Travis was like, play that new thing.
Oh, you know what happened? I did leave a little early on their set. That's what happened. Yeah, I know.
What?
I know. We thought it was over, but then it wasn't.
Nah.
And we missed the stampede, but that's sucks now. And then they played Mask Off at the end. I could hear it from the parking lot. I was really sad.
Ooh.
But anyways, yeah. So y'all thought you were slick previewing that on the stage, but stuff's gonna change if your baby mama starts talking. I mean, Future has like how many kids does Future have?
He's up there with Nick Cannon.
Bro, he's a 8. 8, dude.
Oh, Nick Cannon has 9, I think.
Ranging from 4 to 21 with 9 different women. How is that possible? How do you have 8 kids with 9 women? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, the Grammy Award also said your formerly adopted son from a previous. Oh, he's also adopted a son from a previous relationship, so that makes 9.
Nick Cannon only has 6.
Dude, Future's winning. So I guess Drake. You know what that to me says?
What?
There's maybe more that hasn't come out.
Yeah.
That he knows about a baby mom. Maybe that's like, yo, you want to keep going? I can really drop this.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Hugs and kisses, man. Don't tell me about no switches. I'll be rocking every fucking chain I own next visit. So basically talking like Hugs and Kisses refers to the Weeknd's label X and O. Nice. Drake is saying that Abel is too soft to be talking about violence and guns on a song. Oh my God. It's often interpreted as hugs and kisses rather than ecstasy and oxy. Oh wow. I didn't know that. And then for Kendrick, fuck sneak diss and first person shooter. I hope they come with 3 switches. By the way, we got enough time on this SD card.
This one? Yeah.
This one?
I'll switch it out.
Nice. Drake responds to the diss by calling out Drake's bluff, insisting that Kendrick doesn't have any more disses in him, a provocation that aims to elicit a response. While using Kendrick's bar about switches, Drake could be making a double entendre about Abel switching up on Drake, having been a close collaborator and almost an OVO signee. Yeah, basically it seems like, don't talk about no guns or anything. Which also Drake really pushes it with the stuff like mob ties and stuff. I think it's mostly like his affiliation with I believe it's James Prince. I think is Jay Prince's dad. Rap A Lot Records. He was a street dude who took his money and then brought that to music, and he's got ties with those guys that like. I made money in the streets, but then I went legit. I went clean, and then I made money with music. Let's keep going. I'll be with some bodyguards like Whitney. Top say drop. your little your little midget ass better drop and give me 50. Drop and give me 50, drop and give me 50. So here's what's crazy about this one. With Push, he mentioned his Push's fiance. And that's when Push went crazy. So reading the annotation, to flex his security, Drake likens himself to the pop icon and actress Whitney Houston, who starred in 1992 romance film The Bodyguard. That's in response to how Kendrick Lamar invoked his bodyguard on Like That when he rapped, got 2 T's with me. I'm snatching chains and burning up tattoos. So 2 T's is his security, I guess. Which also, like, rappers rap about their security. I guess I don't know. I guess that's your man's.
You gotta give him a shout out.
That's true. That's true. You got to give props to your shooters. I guess that's not me. So, this could be a jab at Whitney Alford, the wife of Kendrick Lamar. She's featured on the cover of the 2022 album, Mr. Mel and the Big Steppers, guarded by Lamar and his concealed gun. That's a good point out. So, he name drop again. He name dropped the wifey. Which in hip hop, that's when the gloves come off. That's usually when it really goes crazy. And then to say
wait, so if he is mentioning his wife, I'll be with some bodyguards like Whitney, he's referring that Kendrick is the bodyguard to Whitney. So wouldn't he be like comparing himself to Kendrick in that scenario?
Explain a little more.
Like,
I'm liking where we're going with this.
Okay. So, if he is referring to the wife, Whitney, in this picture, Kendrick is the bodyguard.
Yeah.
So wouldn't Drake be referring to himself to Kendrick? Like, I'll be your bodyguard.
For your kids and family, because you're not.
Like, I'll be with some bodyguards like Whitney. Like, I'll be with some bodyguards as loyal as you are to Whitney. Perhaps.
Yes.
That might be
it's a double entendre. No. I think you're right. I think it's a double entendre. So he's like, I'm with some bodyguards like Whitney. So first, that's to the Whitney Houston, like the Bodyguards movie reference. But second, I think it is a jab at his wife Whitney. And I don't know.
Like, it's that serious, I would say. Like, because this is a pretty intimate scenario.
Yeah, because he's like, You're the bodyguard with your Whitney. Well, I'm with my bodyguards like Whitney. So what's up? Maybe that, or like, if we really want to take it there, like, me and my guys are pulling up on Whitney, on your wife. I don't know. Like, I don't think that's what he meant. Could be interpreted. That's kind of crazy though. And then Top say drop your little ass better fucking drop, give me 50. That's just like, yo, drop and give me this money. You know what I mean? Like, go make some songs, go pump some songs out. Let's hit these next one. So I'm skipping forward a little bit. I might take your latest girl and cuff her like I'm Ricky. Whoa. Can't believe he jumping in. This dude's turning 50. Every song that made it on the chart he got from Drizzy. Spend that little check you got and stay out my business. So this is the jab at Rick Ross. Oh, Rick Ross unfollowed Drake on IG right after. So this is what we were talking about earlier off camera of like, he was like playing the song on IG. I guess he unfollowed him too. Rick Ross responded several hours later with Champagne Moment. So he has his own diss track too. Because Drake allegedly sent a cease and desist to French Montana over Metro Boomin producing a collab on Mac and Cheese 5. So he like sued French, I guess, which is kind of crazy. Drake making it clear that he could make anyone's girl his and cuff him is a nod to Rick Ross's past career as a correctional officer, 1995. That's pretty good. Okay, so I thought he was talking about, I could take Kendrick's girl.
Because I got Riz like Kendrick.
But he's talking about Ross probably, mostly.
Yeah.
Drake also personally invited Christina Mackey, Rick Ross's ex-girlfriend, to the Sunrise, Florida Stop It's All a Blur Big as the What tour. She posted VIP tickets on her IG after Rick Ross unfollowed him. Another woman in the beef.
Oh, I saw that.
Another woman in the beef.
Whoa.
So he's like, yo, I invited your shorty over here, and now she's posting on IG at my concert.
Oh,
Oh my God, this is crazy. All right, let's get to the next one. Hey, shout out to the Hooper that be busting out the gritty.
I know that one.
You know why you mad? I ain't even tripping. All that little heartbroken Twitter shit for bitches. All right, tell me, break it down for us.
You know who he's talking about?
Ja?
He's talking about Ja.
Yeah.
Because Ja be doing crazy stuff after games, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh,
You
and
know
he
why you
responded to Metro's tweet regarding his and Future's new album, We Just Don't Trust You, which was full of subliminals at Drake supporting the album. Stay on that side. Okay, so Ja tweeted stay on that side. He's directly dissing Ja here. Drake is directly dissing Ja because he's like, yo, I'm rocking with Future and Metro. And then he's like, that Twitter shit is for bitches. Ja.
I see. He's
That
saying
Twitter
that
shit is
about
for
Ja.
bitches.
Yeah, because Ja, oh my God, Ja, if you watch this right now, please just play basketball. Stop doing all this whack shit you're doing. Just play basketball.
That's what makes him that's what makes him. At the end of the day, this is media.
Yeah.
Money comes from the eyeballs that's on these things if we're talking business. And he, like, LeBron and Michael got the eyeballs the right way, and he gets the eyeballs the wrong way, but it still kind of counts. And it makes it like it's kind of like a no bad press or like all press is good press, right? So it's like even though people are talking, he's doing crazy stuff, and people are saying all this stuff, he's still like being talked about. So, but. You know,
It worked.
It worked. That's a whole complete side quest.
Dude, that's funny.
I ain't even rapping after this. I'm way too busy. This for all the top dogs. Drop and give me 50. Whoa! All the top dogs dissing the whole label? That's crazy. And that fucking song y'all got did not start the beef with us. This shit been brewing in a pot. Now I'm heating up. I don't care what Cole thinks. That dot shit was weak as fuck. Let's talk about it. So I ain't even rapping after this. Drake is like, yo, I got too much. I'm a busy dude. This for all the top dogs. Dropping it to me. Let me see it. So Drake is literally referring to Top Dog Entertainment, a record label that Kendrick Lamar was signed to. Also a direct reference to his Like That. For all your dogs getting buried as a K with these nights, he gonna see Pet Cemetery. Bum. This is also a theory doing rounds on the internet mentioning that maybe Drake didn't just mean push-ups. 50% of Kendrick's earnings went to Top. Anthony Top Dog Tiffith went to his label contract. So Drake is telling Kendrick to drop and give. So it's like Top is like, yo, get down, give me 50%. Is what Drake is saying. To me, I read this. This is for all the top dogs.
Well, Top Dog Entertainment.
So everyone signed a Top Dog. So to me, that is everybody signed a Top. Maybe except for SZA because he was talking with SZA. That's J-Rock. That's Absol. That like, there's
he might as well. Everyone else is against him.
Bro, wow. And that fucking song didn't start all this beef. This shit been brewing in the pot. Now I'm heating up. I don't care what Cole thinks. That dot shit weak as fuck. So real quick, this is when Drake dissed Meek. He first dropped Charge Up, which is kind of like, it wasn't even like the shots in the ceiling, like I said before with Kendrick's verse and like that. I think this is more of the like, he walks in and he's like cracking his knuckles. I can't crack my knuckles. And then back to back was the finisher, was like the KO punch, right? Maybe this is like he's doing the same strategy where he's like, this is my first one, but honestly, this is going pretty hard. We're gonna say at the very end of this, which we're gonna wrap up soon, if we think this is better than back to back. This is history right here. This is hip hop history. And I don't care what Cole thinks. That dot shit was weak as fuck. So Drake clarifies that that shots thrown at him and J. Cole by Dot on Kendrick Lamar's Like That were not the impetus of the beef. This goes back to their history of subliminal shots between Drake and Lamar, tracking all the way back to 2013, where Kendrick famously declared war against Drake in the famous Control verse. Me and Riley were talking about this on the way over here to the drive into the studio. Kendrick put everyone on notice. He dropped like 13 different names or whatever in Control. That set the game on fire the same way that Like That set the game on fire right now. He did it again. I want to see what he's. Cole will go to track these lines. Yeah, Cole later apologized for dropping the diss track on Kendrick. So I basically what he's saying here is like, I don't care what's. Oh, this is how I was describing to Riley earlier. I think that I think Drake is like, yo, Cole, watch out. Boom. Like, get out of the beef. I'm coming for Kendrick. That's what I read that as.
And I think like the verse below it is also talking to him.
Talking to Cole?
Perhaps, because I think like right here it's like champagne tripping. Sorry, one second.
You're good.
Why does it do that? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, champagne tripping. He's not fucking easing up. Y'all con top to see top want to piece it up. Top want to piece it up. Top want to piece it up. Not pussy. Now you're on your own. Got you speaking up. So top, he's like maybe top, which this one isn't even annotated, but I'll annotate it myself. Maybe top called Drake and was like, yo, which is kind of funny, honestly, but this might not be true, but maybe he's suggesting that top is trying to broker peace because what happened in Push was Rap A Lot Records. I think it's James Prince. Let me double check myself. James Prince, Rap A Lot. Yep. James Prince, who, you know, again, he's like, let me get out of the streets. Let me do this label, Rap A Lot. Historic Houston legend. James Prince came out and said that Drake had a diss on Pusha T, but I told him not to. So basically, when like the fucking mean street dude is like, yo, this is too much, right? Then you're like, okay, well if he says it, then it is too much, and you know that was kind of like his best chess move to just not go too far, which allegedly was talking about Kanye liking men. Something like that. Who knows if that was, who knows. But James Prince did put out a statement to that effect, basically. Let's keep reading. Champagne tripping. He's not fucking easing up. Y'all can't top. Yeah, we just said that's all right. So maybe he wants to piece it up. You done rolled deep to this. It's not fucking deep enough. Begging Kyson out, boy. You not fucking beating us. Number-wise, I'm out of here. You not fucking creeping up. Money-wise, I'm out of here. You not fucking sneak it up. So, basically, like, you're rolling too deep. Let's see. Another reference, how many people seem to come in for Drake. Drake is noting his opponent. Yeah, basically, this is getting deep. Begging Kyson out, boy. This is a shot at Kendrick and his record label, Interscope. Interscope supposedly begged Kyson to stream with Kendrick. As you see with many rappers and artists, to go on stream with Kai for publicity before you drop, as 21 did on the stream with Kai Cenat prior to his release of American Dream. Interesting.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
So he's using Kai to help push his album?
He begged, apparently the label begged Kai, but he didn't do it.
Dude. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that even goes back to like his albums like not being that good because, I mean, 21, I guess it helped push his album.
Oh,
so
for sure.
Like,
yeah.
Like, oh, we need more publicity for Kendrick. Let's get him on. Whoa.
We need it. That's what he's saying. He's like, yo, your label's begging for publicity because your shit is not doing numbers.
In a way, he's saying like, Kendrick, you're falling off.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah. That's exactly what he's saying. So Drake responded to Kendrick Lamar's like that diss. DOT, the money, power, respect. The last one is better. Drake states that he has more power, numbers, and money than Kendrick Lamar, and it's not even close. Drake is reportedly worth upwards of $200 million. Has to be more. I know that he wouldn't receive all $500 million of the $500 million deal, but whereas Kendrick is valued at $75 million, less than half of Drake's valuation numbers-wise. At the time of leaking the song, Drake has accumulated 80 million monthly Spotify listeners compared to Kendrick's 50. Additionally, to Drake's All the Blur tour beat Kendrick's Big Steppers tour for the highest grossing hip hop tour of all time, further cooperating Drake's boast. Yeah, basically, like, numbers wise, I beat you. Money wise, I beat you. Let's hit this next line. Cornball, your show money. Cornball, your show money, merch money, feed to us. I'm gonna let you guys work it out because I seen enough. This ain't even working, I know. Don't wake the demon up. This ain't even working, I know. Don't wake the demon up. Drop and give me 50. All you fuck boys are teaming up. So, I'm trying to see what that merch line is. Okay, it was rumored rumored that Drake signed the $500 million deal on major distribution. I guess it's basically like your show money. Oh, okay. The money you make on a show is the fee of the merch money for us. Gotta swap it out. We swapping it out. So yeah, I'll let you do this. So this is kind of like the closer, at least for this. Like, I'm gonna let you work it out. I've seen enough. Don't wake the demon up. This further implies to me that it's basically the 2.0 of his charged up and back-to-back strategy, which is like, here's my first shot, my first blow. Like, I'm busting the doors open. Like, I'm here. We're gonna do this. This to me was more like shooting shots, way crazier than charged up. Way crazier than charged up. Like, charged up wasn't crazy, but him following it up to back-to-back is what made it what it was and made that a W. This to me is saying, don't even try me again, because then you'll really get. Then the beast will really come out. The demons aren't even out yet. The demons aren't even out yet. And then this is hilarious. There's an interlude where DJ Academic says, "What top 5 you smoking on, Kendrick?" Basically, like, wait, okay, yeah, smoking on top 5s, motherfucker that album, fuck that single, burn that hard drive. To me, this was saying, so that was the Kendrick line on Family Ties, and Academics is like, what top 5? What are you talking about? You're not there. Like, basically dissing Kendrick. And then drop a 50 bag for the mob in a spot. Drop a 50 bag, 29 for the thought. I was really, really trying to keep it PG. So PG Lang is his label. I was trying to keep it PG. I was trying to. Double entendre there. And then, so what I think in this next part, we're about to close out, is he's got a beat switch part 2 that is not fully out there. And that maybe because this was allegedly a leak, maybe this was a leak of the unfinished version and he's still literally working on it. And the part 2, and maybe this is as far as it's gotten now, and he was still writing to this.
Okay.
This could have been an intentional leak, though. I think a lot of leaks are intentional. But let's hit into this last part. What teaming up with all of y'all falling like dominoes. So it's like y'all are teaming up, but you're falling like dominoes. Bros turning hoes, dog. Like, I ain't got enough of those. I got enough hoes. I don't need more of you guys. Turn it into them. I can't wait to see how far you guys get to reaching now. This is the biggest thing you boys get into a feature now. The closest thing you boys get into a feature now. Backpedal gang. Because a few of y'all been reaching out. That's so funny. This is great. Y'all drew the line. Where the fuck, what the fuck we got about speaking out? Get your fucking head tapped. You boys get to peeking out. You had a song for 4 years, drop that shit, and shut your mouth. All right, so real quick, going back. So, I can't wait to see how far y'all gonna reach. Like, all right, let's see how far y'all gonna reach. What are you gonna try and stretch to make it something out of a diss track? This is the closest thing that you boys are getting to a feature now. Daddy's not helping anymore. Daddy's not giving you any more number ones, son. Backpedaling, because a few of y'all have been reaching out. So maybe they were reaching out either in the beef. I'm reading that as like they were reaching out when Kendrick, like maybe Ross hit him up or something when Kendrick dropped. The other reading, the possible interpretation I can see there is you guys have been reaching out for more features because y'all want more hits and y'all want more money because you need daddy to drop a feature on a track for you. But now you're backpedaling. Right? We were talking all chummy when you wanted daddy to give you the money. Y'all drew the line. What the fuck we're going to speak about? Get your fucking head tapped because your head's peeking out. They're poking their head out behind the corner. Now they're like Ross. He's playing the like that. He's unfollowing him. That's him. He's peeking his head out the corner to like look like, oh, I'm gonna diss you, Drake. I'm gonna diss you, Drake. Pop. Got hit with the headshot. You had a song for 4 years, drop that shit, and then shut your mouth. So this is like Kendrick Lamar like dropping a song, and then that's it. Shut your mouth, boy. It's me twice in my big 3. I had to leave you out. Fucking dumbass. So he's like, my top 3 is me counting me twice.
Wow.
And then me. Oh, no. It's actually, it's me twice in my big 3 because he's still, I think what he's saying is J. Cole's still in there.
Oh, nice.
But it's like Drake and J. Cole. That's my top 3. I think that's what he's saying. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get some closing thoughts here. So after dissecting this whole thing, I do think that there are more bars packed into this. Like Drake's writing ability has increased over the years, 100%. I think he's very much like grown as a writer. And the way, like, he's actually, I would say this is actually closer to a Kendrick song than Back to Back is, with the levelness of like the way that Kendrick will say some clever shit about like Prince and stuff, like you king to a prince, you're my son. That to me is actually like a Kendrick level bar. He doesn't go too like ethereal and too like heady where you like lose it, but he's like getting more. The thing that I loved about Back to Back was it was so simple and direct. Like he said more with less. Is that a world tour? Or is that your girls tour? That's great. Nicki Minaj's tour. You on Nicki Minaj's tour, but you say that's your tour, but nah, that's your girls. That's your shorties. That's my friend Nicki's tour. That's your on. That hits because it's so simple. Overall, I have to boil it down. I think this is a better diss track than Back to Back.
Yeah.
Because also too, like, that was 9 years ago.
Back to Back was?
Yes, that was 2015.
No.
Look it up and double check me, but
God.
So Back to Back comes out. That's 10 years ago. I think that's better. I think right now is Drake's verse. Oh, sorry, is Drake's track better than Kendrick's verse? 100%.
Oh my gosh.
2015.
What?
This track is 100% better than Kendrick's verse. But once again, I do not believe that like Kendrick was sending the warning shot to get the party started. This was, I'm pushing you. He hasn't even thrown his first punch yet.
Yeah.
That is my interpretation. Guys, we're going to check back in when we see the Kendrick diss. Subscribe to keep up with the updates, and we'll see you next time.